Most people think they lose money through big financial mistakes, a bad investment, a scam, a risky business decision. But the truth is much stranger. Sometimes the thing that drains your bank account starts with one tiny purchase, a purchase that seems harmless, even smart, but that single purchase quietly triggers a chain reaction that can cost you thousands of dollars. Before we get into that, let me say something quickly. Some of the most powerful money lessons don't come from books. They come from real experiences, from mistakes, from regret, from the moment someone realizes too late what went wrong. So if you have ever gone through a financial disaster or fallen into a money trap or learned a painful lesson about spending, share your story in the comments. I read those stories carefully, and some of the most shocking ones may be turned into animated breakdowns on this channel. Your experience might become the warning that saves someone else. So if you have a story worth telling, write it below. All right, now let's talk about something strange that happens to almost everyone. You get invited to a wedding. Nothing unusual, it happens all the time. A few days before the event, you open your closet looking for something to wear. You already have clothes, several shirts, a couple of jackets, shoes. Everything technically works. Nothing is broken. But suddenly, something feels wrong. That shirt feels outdated. The jacket looks a little worn. Your shoes have creases. None of it feels right anymore. So you decide to buy one thing, just one, a new suit. You go to the store, try one on, and it fits perfectly. The fabric looks sharp. The lines are clean. You stand in front of the mirror and immediately feel more confident. So you buy it. $300. Problem solved. Except it isn't, because when you get home and try the suit on again, something feels off. The suit looks amazing, but your old shoes suddenly look terrible. Scratched leather, faded color, they ruined the entire outfit. So you buy new shoes, $120. Now the shoes match the suit perfectly, but then something else happens. Your belt doesn't match the shoes anymore, so you buy a new belt, $40. Now everything looks good, until you try on a shirt underneath. The collar looks worn, the fabric looks soft and faded. It doesn't match the sharp look of the suit, so you buy a new shirt, $60. And before the wedding even arrives, your $300 suit quietly becomes a $600 outfit. You didn't plan that. You didn't decide to spend that much. It just happened. But this isn't random, and it isn't bad discipline either. It's actually a psychological pattern, a pattern that humans have been experiencing for centuries. To understand it, we need to go back almost 300 years. There was a French philosopher named Diderot. He lived a simple life. His home was modest, his furniture was old, his clothes were basic, but he was comfortable with it. Then one day, something unexpected happened. The Russian Empress Catherine the Great admired his work, and she decided to help him financially. She offered to buy his personal library for a large amount of money, but she allowed him to keep the books. Overnight, Diderot suddenly had money, so he decided to treat himself. He bought something luxurious, a beautiful scarlet dressing robe, elegant, expensive, far nicer than anything he owned before. But when he wore the robe and looked around his room, something strange happened. The robe looked incredible, but everything else suddenly looked terrible. His desk looked cheap, his chair looked worn, the rug looked old. The contrast bothered him, so he replaced the desk, then the chair, then the rug, then the curtains, then the decorations. One purchase triggered another, and another, and another, until eventually the money was gone. Later, he wrote an essay about the experience, and in it he wrote a powerful line. "I was the master of my old robe, but I became the slave of my new one." Psychologists later gave this pattern a name, the Diderot Effect. The idea that introducing one new possession into your life can trigger a spiral of spending. And the strange thing is, this effect is even stronger today because modern marketing is designed to trigger it. Imagine someone buys a luxury car. At first, it's just transportation, but slowly it becomes part of their identity. Now they're someone who drives a luxury car, and luxury car owners don't usually wear worn-out sneakers. They don't carry cheap backpacks. They don't stay in budget hotels. The car becomes what psychologists call an anchor item. It silently raises the standard for everything around it: clothes, accessories, vacations, restaurants. One purchase slowly reshapes an entire lifestyle. You can see the same thing happen with homes. Someone decides to renovate their kitchen. They plan to spend $10,000 on new cabinets. The cabinets are installed, they look amazing, but suddenly the old refrigerator looks terrible next to them. So they replace the refrigerator. Then the floor looks outdated, so they replace the floor. Then the dining area next to the kitchen looks old, so they repaint the room and buy new furniture. Before they realize it, the $10,000 renovation quietly becomes $30,000. The cabinets were never the real expense. They were just the trigger. And that's the dangerous part. Most people calculate purchases in isolation. They look at the price tag and ask, "Can I afford this?" But the smarter question is, what else will this purchase demand? Because sometimes the real cost of something is 3 times higher than the price tag. A new outfit might demand accessories. A new gadget might demand upgrades. A new car might demand a more expensive lifestyle. The item isn't just a purchase, it's the beginning of a chain reaction. So how do you stop it? You don't have to stop buying nice things, but you do need a system that protects you from the spiral. First, predict the chain reaction. Before buying something expensive, pause and ask yourself what else it will require. If the answer includes several extra purchases, the real cost may be much higher than you think. Second, use the one-in, one-out rule. Whenever you bring something new into your life, something old must leave. New shoes? Donate an old pair. New jacket? Give one away. This keeps your possessions intentional instead of endless. Third, keep your lifestyle anchors simple. High-status items raise the standard for everything around them, but simple items create freedom. When your lifestyle is simple, there's no pressure to constantly upgrade everything else, and that freedom quietly saves thousands of dollars over time. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever made a purchase that spiraled out of control? A small upgrade that triggered a chain reaction? Or noticed any red flags or financial decision that changed your life? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could become the warning or the motivation that helps someone in need. Until then, subscribe to the Johnson's Finance, like this video, comment, and share it with your friends and loved ones. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.